uncle. Like, he's a crackhead. I swear to God. Okay, so yeah, down below we have Stephanie. We'll get to her in just a second. We'll go
Hi,
introduce
Stephanie.
her, get into all this craziness. But I was just saying before the show started, my aunt and uncle are like chilling, like I have a live audience. So like I'm stressing out. But he comes up, it's like 60 degrees here. His hands are like the end of his fingertips are completely white, like almost translucent because he's so cold. And I'm like,
See if
it's not
Renault.
bad vascular something, girl. His veins ain't doing something right. And the rest of his hand was like purple. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with
He's
Uh-oh,
got
you?
that's not
Renault. He
good.
needs to call his doctor.
I'm like, what? He's like, I'm so cold. And I'm like, but your fingers are white, fool.
And the purple, that sounds like Renault's.
I was going to say, it sounds
He
like
said they're
really
normally
bad
that color, though.
circulation.
Like that, yeah, that's what they said. But yeah, so I'm like, oh my God, he's all
Luke and I
bundled up.
pronounce all the medical terms differently.
My aunt's got a
What's it called
freaking
over
winter
there,
hat on.
Renaud?
Reynaud.
I don't know about no Renaya. But listen,
Renaud.
so Stephanie used to be on the show, and her and what's his touch did what was it called? Ketchup? The ketchup, right?
Oh yes, with James.
Yeah. So they did a show.
What's his touch? You have to tell me that backstory.
I'm surprised you didn't call him what's his nuts.
My mom said nothing. That's what she said. I got it. No comment. I don't know him.
I was going to say, did we just make Jeff feel a bit awkward then? It was.
I don't know.
I know. We don't usually get Jeff to blush.
Jeffrey,
I
are you
don't-
blushing over what's his nuts?
Ew. No. I say that with love, though.
That's good.
He says as he just tips the drink up. And again.
And my beverage of choice.
A little extra. I got the bottle.
Oh, shit.
Fabulous.
I'm going to get a sponsorship deal from these
introduce
people.
Steph to us properly. So Steph, yeah, because she doesn't know. You don't know us, do you, Steph?
I don't know you. I know.
So
you know Kitty, but Kitty's not on video right now.
Right, but you know me. We go way back. Hi, Steph.
Yeah, how's Spinny?
Oh, you know, he's feeling a little deflated at the moment.
Understandable. It's hard times.
That damn Dolphins Facebook page keeps popping up on my feed or whatever that he's tagged in. I'm like, we had what? You had Finny and Blowhold, and I had Sushi and somebody, and all these pictures that I have of me all over the country with these dolphins. Like,
did COVID-19 get Fitty down?
Yeah. You know, he couldn't afford to eat all that fish. It was hard to come by, so he got real skinny. It's real sad.
Those poor dolphins. They went through hell. Well, didn't the one... Never mind, I can't talk about that. Sorry.
But wait, you got to introduce Stephanie to Vera and I.
Okay, well, introduce yourselves. What do you think this is?
Oh, hi, Vera. Says Vera. I'm really all back to front here. And I'm Luke, Steph. So I'm from Australia. So I'm very neutral when it comes to American politics. I'm just it's not my circus, man. I'm just watching. I spectate. And we're really glad to have you on.
Australia. So that's great.
Right. Well, he's got that. What's that crazy broad's name that we always post about?
Pauline Hanson. But yeah, she's not a major party here, but she's okay. So I'll quickly so she's a conservative party, but her local member here, Torrin, is doing a lot of stuff in schools right now, anti-bullying campaign. He had Jeff Horn, who's world champion boxer, come be part of the campaign in our little town here and stuff. So he's doing a lot for our community, and I really have a feeling he'll win a seat. We vote on 31st. It's a state election, though. And I really think they're going to get a lot of seats this election because of all of the COVID stuff as well. People are turning away from the major parties because we have Labor, Liberal. You guys have, obviously, Democrats, Republicans. So. Our Liberal Party, ironically, is kind of the Republican Party in Australia.
Well,
they've
the
all
Republican
changed
platform
hands
used to be
times.
far much more liberal than it is nowadays.
Yeah, and that's what's happened here too.
True.
Because Yeah, the Liberal Party here originally was two separate parties. There was a National Party, the Liberal Party, and they sort of absolved into each other. And then the Labor Party was like the party for the working class and rah rah rah. But they're a different breed now as well. But yeah, so
You
welcome,
guys gotta
Steph.
forgive me. I honestly wish I could make out fully what you said, but the whole entire time I was trying so hard, and I'm sorry, I'm moving my phone right now, but I was trying to listen to what you guys were saying, and it was cutting out so badly that I couldn't even fully understand you. How can I make that not be like that, guys?
Sometimes if you cut out and come back in, it clears up. I used to do it on my phone before my sister hooked me up.
My phone sideways.
Alrighty.
I hope you heard me.
And then if
Do
you
a rain dance, jump on one foot, it'll help.
Do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about.
And that's what the connection's all about.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. Hey, so Katrina, it's been a while since we've got to chat. Honey, is there any new men's? What do we got going on in Sugar Daddy world?
Just same old, same old. Whenever I'm busy with my own career, I don't have time for that, unfortunately.
Well, actually, I have an idea for Kat because she went to Mexico, didn't you, Katrina?
I did. I was in Cabo for a week. It was not terrible.
I'm feeling now you don't need old men anymore. I'm thinking you need to go for the cartel dudes. They die quicker. They got more money.
Oh my God.
They go to jail. And then the money gets RICO'd. No, that's not a good solution.
But she can put heaps away in her name. Like they can hide money in her account.
No, then she becomes an accomplice. That's not a good idea.
How am I an accomplice if I don't know? I don't know.
But if you put the money into your account, then you become a part of the problem.
Yeah, but what's
it could all get RICO'd and you could end up with nothing.
Okay, what if?
Stick with us for more life
insurance. I pull out a huge life insurance policy.
On your hubby, yeah.
On the hubby. We're
knowing fully well that he's going to die.
Is probably going to disappear.
Actually, no. Wait, you don't know that, do you?
Well, if he's 20 years older, he's probably going to die first.
No. We're going for cartel dudes now. She can go for the hotties.
No. I'm foursquare against the cartel dudes, Kat.
Oh. But I think it could really work, and here's why: because I could get a hot one. And
we love bad boys.
You could get a hot one.
We love bad boys.
Who doesn't love a bad boy?
I put my life in danger. I'm going to be.
But El Chapo was butt ugly. Just saying. He had all sorts of.
Yeah, that's true. But I wouldn't even have to be seen in public with him. That dude travels underground, so that's fine.
Oh my God, it's so true.
It's so true.
The only problem is, Kitty. Problem is when shit goes down, you may be used as a bargaining chip.
Yeah, and you know what? With my luck, the way things are, they wouldn't pay to get me back. They'd be like, "Oh, keep her. She's too much trouble."
So
or you could end up chopped up in fish bait. I don't recommend the drug cartel. They ain't playing. They run Mexico.
It wasn't.
I need me a man who runs it. I need a man who runs shit. That's kind of hot.
Kat, if I was as pretty as you, I'd be going for the money.
I'm trying, but let me tell you, it's harder than it looks.
I get that, but girlfriend, you got it going on. Go for the money.
I'm trying. It's harder though. So much harder than you think. I don't.
Jeffrey, weren't you pursuing a sugar daddy at one time?
Who, me?
You.
Oh yeah. Hi, Richard, if you're watching.
Yeah, but Richard's not involved in any danger stuff, though.
Yeah, no, that would be great.
Stephanie's back. Hopefully she can hear us now.
Gay sugar daddies don't, I think, genuinely get in a lot of trouble. Unless it's for, like, indecent exposure, you know?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Like George Michael.
Yeah. Exactly like George Michael.
Didn't George Michael end up broke? He was nobody's sugar daddy.
No.
Did he end up dead?
Oh, wait. Well, yes, he did end up dead.
Yeah, but no, he had money. He was donating all his new music, all the royalties to it, to charity.
To the AIDS charities.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, we
Oh,
just
Jeff's
lost
back.
Katie.
oh my god, the cartel founder.
Don't go near the ocean.
Debauchery.
So Steph, you were running for a local seat, right? Oh,
Oh, she's frozen again.
Oh no.
And then Kitty's here too now. Hi,
Oh!
Kitty.
Hey, hey.
Oh my, you look
Rockin' outfit,
fabulous.
girlfriend.
That was the look I was going for. Oh wait, she's muted herself.
She's
Wait.
muted. Oh
Wait,
my
I'm
God.
trying to unmute her.
No, she's got to do it. That's
No,
so
you can't
funny.
unmute.
Ah,
Yes,
son of a
they ch-
biscuit. There we go. How about now?
She said, "Son of a biscuit." Oh, my light. Wait, I gotta do my ghetto light. Okay.
Good. Don't you have your live studio audience? Can't you make that their job?
No, they laugh.
They have no
show that bad.
circulation. Come on, they're useless.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch the show. You gotta wave your arms.
You don't understand. My aunt is in like 4 layers. She has like winter gloves on and a fucking hat on. Like I'm like, oh my God, you guys! It's still in the 60s. I'm in shorts.
Yeah, well, it's
It
in the
was
like
beautiful
80s
today.
here.
It was like high 70s. I came home
Well,
for lunch.
Oh, Kitty, that looks
Yeah.
like a little bubble or something. What is
It
that?
is. It's my new little
Oh.
throne. Isn't it so
Oh, it's a
cute?
great chair.
I'm gel.
I know. I love
Oh,
that.
Kelly.
Pink suede. Little
Yes.
princess
Yeah.
chair.
We're talking to a
Mhm.
girl that has a bedroom for a closet, or a closet
That's
for a
true.
bedroom. Yeah.
That's true.
Always has fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
Oh, she's got
Oh,
the
she
wine
got
too.
the red girl.
I'm devastated. I can't do red wine anymore. I get such bad
Headaches?
heartburn.
Oh,
No.
the agita.
Well, I try to stay away from the sulfates.
Is it the nitrates?
Yeah, I don't know, but like all of a sudden in the
You
last
just
6
gotta pop
months,
the pill. Pop the
Horrible.
omnipanazomazole.
I've never
That.
taken one. I hate
Like the-
taking medication.
You gotta take the Pepsin. It's good for you. It'll clear you right up. It'll get you back in the game. Get you the Pepsin.
She's not wrong.
You gotta get the Pepsin.
See, I'm concerned now the cartel's got Stephanie. Maybe we shouldn't
Oh,
talk
dear.
shit about them today.
They're going after all the single girls.
All right, guys.
Vera,
I'm gonna
run.
make some equipment purchases. Should I buy the ring light so I don't look this orange, or should I buy the headset?
Oh, I thought you
Headset.
were trying to go for Trump.
Huh?
The color. He's calling you orange.
Oh, boo!
I got it. I thought it was funny.
Right over my
Well,
head.
I would go for
Jeffrey.
the ring light. I like the light.
Okay, I think I'm gonna go for the ring light.
We have to update Kitty Jeffrey on the poltergeist that's hanging around behind you. So we had some ghost hunters on Kitty last week. And they've gone viral here in Australia. They just did the biggest radio show here, and they went and did this radio host, like their $11 million mansion, like did a ghost hunt there. And
That
so
is
they've
so
gone
cool.
viral. So we got them just in time. But they
Yeah.
told Jeff that there's a man standing behind him that's smoking. And that he has to look for the
I don't
bones
see
or
him.
something. You got to look for the
Standing
bones.
behind Jeffrey. Notice he's not standing in front. Oh,
Well, when Trink and I did our little interview the other day, we had a really freaky thing happen. She was
Which we're
showing
going to
me
drop
out.
on YouTube, everyone.
Hopefully, we got to get that uploaded. But she was showing me all her equipment, and she had this one piece of equipment, and she turned it on, and the word lit up February. And we're both like, oh. And she's like, well, this is usually just if there's a strong energy around, it comes through as a single word, you know, that might mean something. It could be a birthday, like February. And I'm like, because my dad was born in February. Chills all the way down my spine. And then as we were talking, we talked for over an hour. Cat, I'd never seen this black cat, came up. We did it on my porch so we wouldn't have to wear masks. And the cat sat on the steps and watched us. It was very weird.
Cats have been known to be watchers. I like to watch myself. Now that I know you're open to it, hey. I'm sorry that I missed them because I have a few questions. I actually had some really weird dreams last night. My mom passed away when I was finishing college. She waited till my last exam till I graduated. And I dreamt about her last night, and I dreamt she was haunting me, but like in a good way. It was weird. And I woke up like happy, but I dreamt in the dream that I would like hold pillows and she would blow them away. And I'd be like, Mom, is that you? And then like the lights would flicker. All this weird stuff was happening in my dream last night. My mom was like haunting me, but in a good way. Like I was happy. I wasn't scared, but weird stuff was happening in my dream. And I never dream anything like that. It's been 10 years. Like, but
Trink was very, very adamant that the people we love stay with us. And sometimes they come and they go, but they're with us. If they show up for important things or times.
I believe that.
Their energy is always with you.
And how funny the timing.
We're going to get the ghost hunters back. They're coming back.
All right, I'm coming on. I got to know what's up with that.
No, they spun me out too because Renata told me, she's like, I need to talk, like she said, I need to tell you, Luke, that there's a lady that just wants me to let you know that loops in my head of the Song of the Rose. And I'm like, what? And I was like, because it was my grandmother. I mean, I knew straight away, and I had to drop out of the stream. I was just like, oh, because I said nothing to them. I didn't even want to hear anything. We were just chatting about ghost hunting. And then when she said that, I was just like, uh-oh.
Wow.
Done. Well, I went to a Teresa Caputa type psychic once. It was a party. We were all at my friend's house. We were all drinking wine. And the psychic kept saying, who's on the sailboat? Sailboat? What the hell? No, somebody's on a sailboat. Somebody's on a sailboat. And I said, I went on a sailboat once, and she said, it's you. You were on the sailboat. I was on the front sailboat with my friend Bill, who later passed from AIDS. And he had AIDS. He just, kept making efforts to see us. And he kept saying cryptic little things like, I'm taking our picture. You'll treasure this someday.
Wow. And now you do.
And I was so mad at him when he died. And because I felt like he didn't give me the opportunity to say goodbye. And he kept saying, he's here. He loves you. He says, remember the sailboat. It was, oh my God, the sailboat was a torturous day.
Wow.
Neither of us knew how to sail. We're in the middle of Owasco Lake. We almost capsized. It's autumn. It's October. It's cold. The lake is cold.
So he was smart. He knows you'll never forget the sailboat.
Yeah. He's like, it's me. I'm here. It's me.
Exactly. So, yeah.
This show is juicy. I need some popcorn.
I cannot. Why? How do you guys get all these great stories? And I'm like, there's a dude standing behind you smoking saying, find the bones.
I don't know.
I think that's going to come back later. That's going to be like a story that's building.
I mean, my grandfather was a murderer, but I don't think that he left bones.
What about your new uncle? I mean, your newly passed uncle.
Uncle Lenny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it could have been him, like, talking about go get a bone. Like, get bones.
I was going to say, like, bone and chicks.
Uncle Lenny didn't live in Missouri where you are. Uncle Lenny's energy would be...
They can travel.
Yeah, maybe he hitched the ride.
Yeah.
Maybe he hitched the
if
ride.
they can make it to another
about
world,
how they can follow you.
You don't think they can make it to another state? Of course they can.
Here's the thing. So when he died, like that night, like I kept hearing people talking in the house or whatever, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Like nobody was home. James wasn't there. The kids were sleeping. I'm like, it's like voices coming from upstairs or whatever. And I didn't really, I just kind of let it go. Like, okay, I'm hearing shit, whatever. And then it happened again after I talked to my aunt. And she's like, Vinny didn't come and visit me last night. And that night it happened again. And I'm like, bitch, you need to come get your brother. Get him the hell out. He can't stay. He has got to go. Come get him.
But he loved you. He gave you his porn. That is love.
I didn't keep it. I did not keep those
What
dirty
he tried, that
chonies,
is love. That's
those
love right there.
heels. Jeffrey, you're the only one in your family that's got their life together. Got a house, man. You can put this stuff on eBay. You can make some money.
Did you make money?
No, it went in the garbage. It was strippers, dirty under porn stars.
You didn't listen, so we need Anne and Renata as well to bring through Aunt Lenny, Uncle Lenny, fucking Aunt Lenny.
Uncle Lenny's
Uncle
gonna
Lenny.
be pissed that you threw away
Yeah,
his prize
let you know,
collection.
Yeah.
You missed an opportunity.
What I'm like, that's, honestly, the whole time, like, is it sat out in the trash for, like, I don't know, 6 days before the trash came. And I'm like, oh, should I go? I'm like, he's going to fucking haunt me. I know it. And but I'm like, it's staying in the trash. What am I going to do with a porn star's dirty underwear, her high heels, Polaroids of him using a dildo on them, the dildo, and their pubic hair taped to the back of the
I'll
photo.
tell you what you should do with that. You could have made one of those frames.
Shadow box.
Shadow box. A dirty shadow box. And you could have put some extra things in there.
Well, he had like their posters and they were signed.
So you could have used the poster as the
Those
back.
signed posters
And
could have
then
been worth something.
the
Hidden
VHS
items in there. And
the
then had a
VHS.
shadow box around it. And you could have like put it in a modern man cave.
No, like
or
you
donate
don't,
it to a straight man's cave. Like then you could have auctioned off the shadow box.
Exactly.
Aunt's
Right.
kids were helping her go through it. And Michael, and he's like crazy OCD. He's the one that found it. He's like looking at the Polaroid, and he's like, what's on the back of this? He flips it over and realizes it's pubes taped to the back of the photo. That kid lost his mind. He was like, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't.
I might lose my mind too. I don't know if there's enough sanitizer.
Like, there's no way.
The alcohol-based sanitizer all the way up my arm.
None of that was ever going to come in my house. There was no way.
That's fair. It probably
That's
didn't
fair.
come
I get it.
in
Yep,
his
I
house
agree.
either. But you know what? It goes to show you that these are old because people now get laser.
Right. Well, this is like the 80s, the 90s.
You'd be hard pressed to find an au natural,
porn star
native bush.
Yeah, with a bush
nowadays.
Yeah. No,
You'd have to get a merkin.
Are you saying there was?
Glue that back on. And
I was going to say,
That's
Kitty.
a word that does not get out enough. The merkin.
I was going to say, do you feel there's been deforestation in the porn world?
Right. Same.
Luke just tried to kill me.
Okay.
I'm very deforested myself. I recommend it.
Oh,
Ain't
no bushfires around Kitty. No.
If you go on Spotify and check out our old episodes, some of them are on YouTube, you can actually hear Katrina talking about what her preference is and her reasoning as to why her preference is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. I remember Karen was all in on that. So we had Karen, Ashley, Katrina, we're all talking about bush, no bush. Class, just, yeah.
So did Karen say her preference too?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to check out those old episodes then, guys, because I'm going to need to go.
We talked about crazy stuff. One of my favorite shows ever was when Katrina, all of a sudden, she called and she had all these facts ready. And she's like, do you know that there is a chart about what the average penis size is
in
per
every country,
per state? I'm like, yeah. We were a whole show. It was just about.
What's the best endowed state in this country?
I don't remember
For
the
your
states.
charts.
I just remember that we were considered average, slightly above average. It wasn't exciting.
We didn't.
South America
I know.
did very well. Africa did very well. Asia did not do well.
Oh my God. And I'm like, this has got to be a fake.
Rumors are true.
We were like, no way. This is such
And that's what
bullshit.
it said.
It did.
That is, yeah.
And it was a legitimate study. That's the craziest thing. I was like,
all right. How do you get funding for these studies?
I don't know, but
I don't know, but can I get a Christmas card? Can I be on the list?
Right. Katrina,
I have
here are
some
people
polls
getting.
to
You
contribute.
cannot conduct these studies without some money. How do you get funded for these studies? government grant? Can we, call Mitch McConnell's office and say, we're going to do a penis survey? And
Hey, Mitchie, you look like a perv. What's up? Pony up.
I would have done it for free.
Lady G, give us some money.
As long
So
as
what
you guys were hot, I would have done it for free.
Do you guys recall what the average size was for the USA?
I thought it was 7 inches.
I thought it was 6.5.
Something
Fair.
like that.
I think I've heard 6, but.
Oh, getting more and more average here. Jeez.
It was average. It was exact average. It was
Oh,
just on par.
Oh, it was amazing.
exactly.
It-
So,
and
like,
there's a
bring
link
up
for you.
more-
Canceling his next trip to the States.
I'm pretty sure because we had like the graphic for it. So if you're really bored with your life and we're that entertaining, you can go back and scroll down our posts from like 2012 or 11, 13.
How about I just find the study? I'll find it now,
And
and
you'll-
I'll bring it up.
Yes, find it now. Let us know.
I'll do it now.
And
I'll drop out.
They
Do you
probably
reckon,
updated.
do you reckon little Steph's coming back? What's happening?
I have no idea.
The cartel fucking did her in,
They
eh?
got her.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a ghost.
She
They
was
could
like-
be. They're
We've been talking
everywhere.
shit about a lot of people today, so she's probably. All right, I'll
Probably
come back
scared.
with the pennies.
With the
She's like,
facts.
what kind of
facts.
show is this? She's like,
I mean, I feel like she should know that if I'm on, it's gonna turn to that.
oh, that's right. I forget. Yeah, I wasn't even
She
thinking like
knows
she did
me.
the show
She
with
knows.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
cool.
We had some crazy stories.
Everything is game on Uncensored Radio.
That's right.
Can I just tell you that there is a Power Ranger whose inches I have seen that hit me up the other day?
Which the first, second, or third?
Wait, who was the second?
I would call the one from the when we were in LA.
Oh, yeah, that's the second. There wasn't a third.
Oh no, I know the third wanted to happen, but he
Yeah, the third did not.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, did I ever send you? I've got. Never mind. I'll tell you out there. Just remind me to send you that.
Jeffrey
video.
loves hearing about Power Ranger Strangerwood because he, obviously would like to see them. So he likes hearing stories about what they look like in and out of the spandex.
Well, I don't really care about that. Like, I'm just nosy with.
Good information.
Like, I like straight men in general. You know what I mean? Like, they're a delicacy, right? Like, so. That's the best part about having girlfriends is you share penis pictures. I think that's
All right.
kind of normal.
I've got
Luke
it.
sends me dick shots all the time, other dudes. It's crazy.
Well,
That's
he's
true.
back. Did you have to call him out?
Did,
like
did you
that?
find it?
Not of me. No, I send
not
it
of
of
him.
like people who send them to me, and I'm just like, here you go, Jeff. Like, like my
Business.
ex-partner. Let's talk about my ex-partner.
Yes,
who
let's.
did- No,
Was
I'm
he
gonna-
average?
Oh hell no, no. He was Mexican. He was like
Congratulations.
maybe an ex-Power Ranger that someone was
Rolls
talking
the
about.
court.
So
Hey.
he was holla. No, my ex-partner was very nice. He was at the time we were actually no, I wasn't a student anymore, but he was still studying, and he was doing computer engineering. So he's a computer engineer now, and he was here on exchange. So he was on exchange from Mexico. Fuck, I hope he's not
Mm.
watching, but I'm gonna just give it out
Oh,
'cause I
well,
don't
we're,
care.
we're not
You know what?
talking.
It's all out there in the world. So
We're not talking about Stumpy. I know that much.
no, it's not Stumpy. Anyway, it's Alejandro. We'll call him Alejandro.
Oh my God! He just commented in the chat room at the beginning of the show.
No, that's not him. Anyway, my ex-partner.
He was very
Was-
nice, you said? Very nice? Or
Yeah, he was
like-
very attractive. He'd get up every morning. He'd swim like 5 kilometers, which is like probably equivalent to like 3.5 miles or something over there. Like he was fit. He was lovely. He was doing commercial porn behind my back.
Oh, that one.
Not for
Oh,
the
wait,
money.
actually, just like that.
Not for the money?
He didn't need the money. He was from a rich family. He did it for the love of wanting to be
For the...
seen. For the love of it. The love of the.
That strikes me as a bit of a narcissist.
I reckon he was, because that's exactly my type. No, I'm not even kidding you. There's a common theme when I look back and I'm like, oh, wait, I was pretty fucked in the head.
I can't believe you're saying this.
I mean, that's a pretty big secret.
This is uncensored radio, right?
Conversation here,
Throw
Luke.
little bits of ourselves out there, and every now and then we just.
Oh, I know. I do it all the time. It's fine.
Oh,
Sometimes Luke will edit it into a clip and talk about Vera's love for bananas.
oh yeah. Vera told us she got excited over little Joe.
Little Joe riding his horse.
Lights up on the horse on Bonanza. You know at the start of Bonanza, cat? Ding, 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 ding,
Little
ding, ding,
Jack
ding,
was
ding,
3 or
ding.
4 years old. That was an exciting point in my life, watching little Joe on the horse.
Vera was flipping off the couch.
You know, they make toys that are shaped like a horse.
Yes, they do.
And you could, you know, have your own little bonanza at home. You can do that. If you want to get real excited on the horse, Vera, you can do that.
Ride him, cowboy.
You know what? I'm going to start a GoFundMe page.
To give me a
Vera
horse.
Get
for
Vera a
Christmas
horse.
for horse.
Yeah, horsey,
Guys,
headset,
You'll
and
see it
wig
next.
light.
You'll see it
That's
up
the
next
crazy
show.
Vera one.
They're pricey.
Stranger Horsewood.
That sounds very serious. I need a drink for that.
I can't.
That sounds like a really bad documentary I watched once.
And how did that get funding? I need to know.
Or was it Strange Sex on HBO?
Okay, this is okay. Are we just going to just go full uncensored? Because I don't know if
Yes.
Stephanie's coming back. Okay, this
Let it
documentary
out.
was completely.
And I had statistics.
Oh wait,
Yes! This is what I'm talking about.
Wait, do you want to hear about?
I
the
was
people who have
ready
sex
for a
with horses?
discussion.
Are we doing the bestiality story? Or are we going to show the penises around the world? What are we doing?
Penises around the world first.
Okay, penises around the world. Here we go.
Oh my God.
It's not that belling up. Okay, funnily, all the Asian countries are the smallest.
Funnily.
Korea, don't go there.
Australia's tiny though too, 5.2 inches. Oh, no wonder I'm so unhappy. Fuck.
Yeah, you gotta go to
Bolivia.
Belize,
Or Ecuador.
Oh, yeah.
Venezuela,
Bolivia.
Congo. You gotta
But
go
even
to the
those are
Congo.
pretty average. They're
No,
pretty
the
average
Congo.
too.
Ghana. No, Ghana, girl, kids. Ghana.
Congo looks the
Stephanie,
best.
welcome back. We're looking at penis sizes from all over the world. Perfect timing.
Now we were putting in the paper.
Oh God.
Oh,
So Steph, can you hear us now?
I hear you, thank
Yeah.
God. I couldn't even connect to the internet for another 20 minutes. I'm like, am I supposed to not be on the show? God, what's up?
What's going on with your internet?
It was saving her from unpurification that she just joined into full on.
Oh. Well, actually, you saved the show from probably being
Conservative
taken
ears.
off Facebook, because I was going to talk about some filthy bestiality documentary I watched, and it was like a UK documentary, but all the people they interviewed were from the USA because they couldn't interview people in the UK because they'd obviously get prosecuted, and so they would interview people from another country. And then it was gross, and these people should be shot.
So it had to be a bunch of honky weirdo white people in the middle of a bush somewhere.
They
from
were,
the
yeah.
United States.
They're all from
Damn
the
it!
South.
About
What
that.
had to be
Midwest
me? My
somewhere.
peoples.
And there was this weird shit going on, and like the women, like had the wives at one point. You know, they're cutting up a salad, and it was like all like a feel good documentary for a while. I'm like, what is this show? It was on the BBC on Channel 4 in the UK. So we just she's like, so whose penis do you enjoy more, your stallion
I think
or
you
your
were on the
husband?
wrong BBC
And
channel.
I'm like,
Yeah, what color was the stallion there, Luke?
They never showed the stallion. Thank fuck. He was in protective custody by that point.
Is
I
that what
think.
you were waiting for? You watched the whole thing, hoping for the visual.
Luke,
No.
Luke, were you on BBC on cable or BBC on the internet?
Don't type BBC in Google. That's not a documentary.
No, because I don't care to see those BBCs. I'd rather experience them. Those ones, not the horsey one. No.
Luke, what are you
I'm
trying to
dropping out
tell
of
us?
this show.
What are you trying to say? What?
BBC, Jeffrey, you know what a BBC is, don't you?
Yes, I do.
British
Broadcasting
broadcasting. Yes.
Exactly.
British Broadcasting Channel.
And
I believe.
we like to watch BBC.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we like to really experience BBC. Like, it's just.
I can't believe you're saying this.
It's just
I know.
culturally
What's wrong with me?
magnificent.
This is what happens when I come on this show after not sleeping for 24 hours. I just go stupid.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
into
blame
it.
the sleep.
No, I want to blame Kitty, actually. Because after all the cartel talk, I realized you don't live forever.
You add some flavor.
Life is short, do it right.
Exactly. Like it could end at any minute because now that we talk shit about them, they could be showing up at my door.
I mean, I
It
hope
happens.
I
that
hope
a
only
thing?
the BBC shows up. Do they even have cartels in Australia?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Doesn't
not
everybody
really.
have cartels?
The
Yeah, but
magpies
some are
enough.
really nice. And
Is there such a
Oh, we do. Ours are more
oil
like
cartel? There was an oil cartel.
like, come on. Do you think there's a freaking cartel in Canada? No. Here's what happens. The
There's
gangsters go up
there's
to each other.
probably a
They're
maple
like,
syrup cartel in Canada.
Give me your drugs, eh? And they're like, okay, let's hug it out. Okay.
and you go about your business. So no, I don't think there's
No one
cartels
does.
everywhere. Not in Canada. That's not a thing. They're way too nice for that shit.
All right, Steph. So I was asking you earlier, you're running for a local seat, right, for the Republican Party.
Yes. Yeah,
Can you tell us about that?
I'm Republican. Yep, I'm endorptive and libertarian too. And really the reason why I decided to run is because in New York State, it's just a wild time in politics right now with Governor Cuomo having executive power over our whole state. He's changed over 200 laws since he's had this power with no legislation. So it's really restrictive. We see other states that the Supreme Court is ruling the shutdowns unconstitutional and opening back up. But in New York, we're ready to look at another lockdown. So I'm trying to just break up.
State constitution, if we elect more Democrats, then we can have a unvetoable majority that neutralizes.
We already have
Cuomo.
that. It's a trifecta already. It's
don't
kind of
have the
trifecta
majority right now.
We have a Democrat governor, a Democrat Senate, and a Democrat-led assembly. So New York State has a trifecta.
But we do not have a veto-proof majority in the assembly. I know this.
The Democrats control this assembly in New York State.
We need more Democrats to get the veto-proof number.
Okay, well, you guys are.
Sounds like you have a lot
the majority
already.
now. Yeah, exactly.
But more Democrats will create
They
a
don't
veto.
even permit to do anything.
Pardon me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't
They're
get all of that.
signing bills and laws without anyone, without it even going before the people. They're literally doing whatever they want.
There are Democrats who do believe that Cuomo has too much executive authority. It's not just the Republicans who believe that.
Yes,
It's a lot of
New York
people.
State
Democratic
do. I
Party
mean,
is fighting for a veto-proof majority.
Right.
Oh shit.
Well,
Didn't quite hear what you
that-
said. I just heard you say something about the veto.
There are Democrats who do believe that Governor Cuomo has too much executive power in this state. There are actually a lot of Democrats who believe that. And part of the goal for the Democrats is to get to that magic number. And I can't tell you what that magic number is, but I know that they want to have a veto-proof majority in the House or in the Senate and the Assembly so that they can override some of these executive actions.
That would be giving more power to the party that's already in power. So I wouldn't agree, even if they wanted to do that. But voting more Democrat when they've had the power for the last decade is not. I'm on the other side of the spectrum there.
Okay.
Look, I think a lot of people, like, politically, this is happening here in Australia, well, the lockdowns, because Victoria has a Labor government, which I guess is equivalent to a Democratic government. They're experiencing these lockdowns, so now people are revolting as well. Are you finding that similar in the States? Like, people that may be in one camp initially, this whole COVID thing has turned everything on its head, and like people are jumping ship and whatever and changing their opinions on everything.
Well, I think a lot of Republicans are jumping ship just because of Trump. I think
I
a
can
lot of
understand.
Luke, I want to answer your question about, I want to answer your question, Luke, about Australia, because something happened some years ago in Australia, right, where you guys gave up your guns, right? And part of the United States Constitution says we have right to have our guns, right? Now you literally have a tyrannical government who has locked down. You know the implications, and people are losing their minds, but we've lived like this for some time. And 50% of small businesses will never open again in New York. So while people are getting like some money right now from unemployment, understand
you're breaking up a bit, Steph. I'm sort of following though.
That will happen within a few.
I don't think when we gave up our gun laws, though, that would have any impact on how the government ruled over us. Honestly, it was not going to affect. The government wants to legislate something. At the end of the day, if the police want to come for you, your handgun will talk on my paper.
Platform
Nobody
to also take away our guns.
Nobody's taking away our guns. That's not true. They're just asking.
I wonder how you feel.
Steph, maybe what you could do is drop the video out, and then your audio will be a lot more clear because you're breaking up a lot
from the government.
Well, I mean, so with her, I agree on the whole gun law thing because her and I talked about it like at the beginning of COVID. Like, I've always been like, I want mental health checks because it's always a crazy white guy shooting somebody up.
No, because then you'll take away my gun.
No, but I mean for people that have like a history of violence, that have issues.
If you're convicted of a violent crime, you should not be able to get a gun until you satisfy like 3 years of therapy and no crime. And I think there should be a way. I don't think it should be a lifetime ban.
Well, you're not supposed to be able to get one. They do serious background checks here.
Later.
My thing is at the start of COVID, he shut down all gun licenses. So you couldn't get a gun if you wanted to when COVID happened. And you know what? That was the time Daddy wanted one. And I couldn't get one. I was pissed. And
well, because he didn't want it to descend into anarchy. He didn't want it to be Mad Max.
I get it, but at the same time, like, I don't like my right being taken away from me.
What about your right to protest?
I don't think that should have been taken away either.
Well, there's plenty of people that will stand up for guns but won't stand up for the right to protest.
Jeffrey, do you honestly think
stand up for the right to religion but won't stand up for the right to free speech?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, but there's so many hypocrites.
Do you think having a gun, though, is really going to stop a lockdown or anything like that.
No, and
Like-
I mean, I didn't want it because of the government. Like, I wanted it because I want, if shit got, you're looking at the grocery stores and they're completely empty.
Right.
and
No,
you
I
have
get
3
it.
kids to feed. I'm like, I don't know what other people are going to do, so I need to be able to
Yes.
protect.
Well,
my
let's talk
house.
I
about
agree with
why
that.
you guys had that amendment, though, in the first place. Why is that? It was because of Britain, right?
It was because of the British rule in the
Okay.
1700s.
Exactly.
Let me try.
And do you really think the Queen is going to come in on a horseback now with fucking guns and there's going to be a shootout? Like, no, that's not going to happen. So I think things have to be looked at. I'm not saying you guys should give up gun laws completely. Look, farmers and that still have shotguns.
I am approaching 60. I can say that. In my lifetime, I've heard millions and millions of people argue for the Second Amendment. They're coming to take our guns. They're coming to take our guns. In my entire life, nobody has ever wanted to abridge the Second Amendment. They only want sensible gun laws where you have to have a background check, where you can't buy 700 rounds of ammunition, at a gun show and walk out and shoot up a school. There's a difference between having a gun to protect yourself and your family and having an arsenal to take out second graders.
Right. That's fine. I
But my
agree
thing
with
is,
that.
I feel
But
like they need to be more worried about the white people because they're the ones that really do it.
But that is
Look,
the
I
law
want to hear
here.
from Steph. I want to hear Steph respond to that.
Well, you might not get to. So you can hear from Kat.
Yeah, let's hear from Kat.
Well,
Kat, have you ever had things
California-
shot at your face?
I've had things shot at my face, most definitely. I usually asked for it. And never a registered weapon, I could say. Yes.
Well, was it considered a
We
lethal
lose
weapon?
Stephanie. We lost her.
No. Although I did have a U.S. Marshal show me his gun and sort of threaten me one time. He thought I was teaching dance at a few nightclubs and private lessons at a dance studio, ballroom dancing, salsa dancing. Apparently, one of my students that I would give private lessons to was a drug smuggler. And they had been following him for a while. At the time, I didn't know this. I was in college. I must have been about 17. I was a kid. I didn't, I taught the guy dance lessons for $75 an hour. Like, I didn't know anything about his life. So I was at a coffee shop one day.
Well, you learned real fast.
I did. I was at a coffee shop one day and I was studying for my exams. I went and taught the student a dance lesson for an hour, and then I went back to the coffee shop to study for an hour, and then I had another lesson an hour later. Well, in the meantime, I walked back to my car to change out my coffee cup and get different books, whatever. The marshal thought that I was in cahoots with this freaking student of mine and came in and threatened me in the coffee shop, showed me his weapon, and said that I was aiding and abetting and I was all these things. And I was like,
that's why you can't get involved with a cartel.
but I'm already involved. I was like, are you crazy? I'm a freaking college student. These are my books. That is my dance student. You're really not a very good fucking detective, are you, you fucking idiot? What are you talking about? I'm 17 years old. I'm a student. What? Like I'm calling the police because I don't even know if your badge is real. I don't even know if you're
all that.
No, I said it to him because I'm like,
oh, okay.
I don't even know if you're a legitimate person. How do I know you didn't buy that badge for $2 somewhere at a costume shop? Like, if you were a real agent of the law, you wouldn't be threatening me with a weapon.
It could have been a stalker.
Pretty sure that's illegal. And no, I'm not aiding and abetting anyone. I teach this guy dance every fucking Tuesday. What kind of detective are you? You suck.
I had one of those. I got accused of murder. It's true.
You probably did it. That's probably
considering your family history.
That goes behind you.
Yeah, but there was way before there. It was not the one grandfather. No,
was it a mercy killing?
Joe and I were not allowed to have guns in the house because his grandfather did the same thing. He shot the yeah. It
Actually,
was
well, that's
bad.
what I wanted to ask. In all seriousness, how do you guys feel about gun laws? Like, Vera, do you believe that people should have the right to bear arms?
I have no problem with people bearing arms. I don't even have problems with people carrying. I have many people in my family who carry small pistols and have open carry license. But I do feel that you should not be able to walk into a gun show and buy rounds and rounds of ammunition and automatic weaponry and go into and shoot up a school.
Well, you aren't allowed to go in and shoot up a school. That's not actually allowed.
Yeah, but why do you need an automatic weapon? They're designed only to kill people.
Maybe a field of turkeys.
If you killed a turkey with an automatic weapon, your turkey would not be
everywhere. It would be everywhere.
Yeah, it would be wallpaper.
You'd be having turkey mints.
When I said I wanted a gun, I didn't say that I knew about them.
Okay.
I can fire one, I can turn the safety off, and I can load it, but that doesn't mean I know what they are.
Vera is not going to like this, but a girlfriend of mine owns a gun accessory company, and I used to help her at the gun shows. Sell her.
I hear they're fun.
Look,
they are. It's a bunch of hot buff dudes with guns. It's like, yeah.
I have friends who have shot the AR-15s, and they say they're a riot.
I have.
But why do you need it somewhere outside a gun shooting range?
Here's the thing. I now live in California, and in California, the gun laws here are very strict. So I can't really have much, and that's fine because I don't need much. I'm just one person, and I just want to defend my house. I'm in a female shooting club. I've had a lot of training, and I do only have 2 pistols, 2 small little handguns at my house. They're pink, but they'll still kill you. And I know how. So don't break into my house. They match this chair.
Look,
but I don't want to give up my right to just defend and protect myself, but I'm a responsible citizen, and I take the appropriate classes. I take the appropriate measures. And I think that's fine, but I also don't have giant semi-automatic weapons. That's really illegal here. But I did have one when I lived in Nevada.
To be fair, I actually firmly believe that if we made one single change to our gun laws, that all these problems would go away. That
what is that one single change?
Mandatory insurance, then the insurance lobby would be the ones to regulate your use and ownership of a gun, just like they regulate your use and ownership of a car.
I honestly think you guys need to have guns there because too many people have them now. You really need them.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you're not going to get all the ones off the black market, right?
No, but you couldn't hear either. But I know if I cut someone off by mistake or whatever, I ain't going to get shot during a road rage incident. Like, that's just what I know.
Right.
That doesn't happen every day.
No, but it happens a lot more there than it does here.
A lot more in this country than in any other country in the world.
Right, but how many people live in this country versus...
We are 4% of the population of the planet.
Right, but that's adding all the other places together. I'm saying if you broke each country down individually, who has more people per capita with the crazy government that we have?
We have the highest level of gun violence in any modern country in the world.
Well, because look, we don't take care of our people. We don't take care of their mental health. We don't give them health insurance.
I'm all about it, taking care of our people.
That one guy, I mean, that he was holding up a bank or whatever because he was trying to get money for his daughter's surgery.
See, that's crazy to me.
That's crazy.
Those things shouldn't happen. And then you
what
talk about
the 17-year-old that went to a Black Lives Matter protest and started shooting protesters because he was helping the police?
Did you see that video though, Vera? And I'm not advocating for what he did at all, but he was getting his ass beat. Like, he was probably going to die had he not had the gun. But he probably wouldn't have been attacked had he not had the gun either. So was it a chicken or the egg?
There was the video I saw, he turned and kneeled and took aim. There wasn't anybody near him.
No, the one I saw, he was getting hit with a skateboard and
But was that after he shot somebody?
I didn't see that one, but the skateboarder's
You
dead
think
too.
after he shot somebody with a gun, someone's gonna beat him with a skateboard, Jeffrey?
I think if there's that many people around, they're going to start swarming him. Yeah, because people
I think they're gonna run.
But
Well,
think about
he
the
brought
people
the gun.
on the plane
He
on
brought the
9/11.
gun. He didn't even live in that state. He crossed state lines, an underage kid with a gun to go help the police.
Whose gun was it?
Oh, I'm not saying it was fucked.
His mother bought it for
What
him.
he did was fucked.
There
I will
you
not
go.
say it.
There you go. This is what I'm talking about. How many times has a kid gotten their hold of their parents' gun somehow, or like this idiot, bought her kid a gun? Like the dude in Colorado,
She drove him.
the shooting.
Well, that's her fault.
In Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
She's
what was her touch?
responsible.
Where was her head at? Why would you send your child into an area that's dangerous with a weapon? That's
That
just
you provided. That's
insane.
ridiculous.
She should be
That's
charged.
insane.
She should be
And
charged.
here's the kicker.
Has she not been?
Group raised money
know.
for his defense.
Who did?
A Christian GoFundMe page.
I mean, but here's the thing. He's also 17. He's an idiot.
But the mother shouldn't be
No,
an
the
idiot.
mother. If the mother had a hand in it, it's her fault.
This generation of kids at that age do not have the same level of intelligence somebody had at 17, 20 years ago, 10 years ago.
They don't have the
definitely
same
can say that.
responsibilities.
I'm not making an excuse for
The
it.
frontal cortex is not fully developed. The area of judgment and rational mind doesn't completely develop into the early 20s. So there you have a incompletely formed brain. That is why governments have always sent 18-year-olds into battle, because they don't have the concept of death. They don't have that rational developed judgment center. They are more vulnerable to kill and be killed.
So, Vera, do you think that mother should be held accountable then for sending her son in armed, completely more so than him? Because
Of course.
I just can't even imagine why a mother would do that. Like,
would you? I mean,
you know, most parents don't want their kids going out to a party where they might drink or something. But oh, here you go, sweetie. Here's your semi-automatic.
You might shoot someone.
Try not
Go
to get
that
killed.
crowd. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I have all the answers. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I'm saying that something has to be done.
I agree with you. I'm pro-gun, but
I think you guys need to change stuff. Yeah, stuff needs to change. And look, people can still own guns here, but it's kind of controlled. Like if you live on a property, then you can have a rifle and things like that because you need to be able to protect stock, and that's just something that still happens. But the average, no, like I can't go and get a handgun.
Well,
no.
Katrina, what's the law in California? Because I guess in New York, like you can go and buy a shotgun, like or a hunting rifle,
and
whatever,
there's
and you don't need anything for that.
You can't have a semi-automatic. You can't have anything with more than 10 rounds in it. You can't have an extended clip. You can have like very basic generic guns. Like you can get a handgun, and you have to have a really serious background check, and they won't just give it to you. You can't go in and buy it. You have to wait for 2 weeks.
Mandatory waiting period. Why is it so hard?
While they do a background check. It's not. And you have to take a safety test. You have to get certified. There's rules. There's laws here. It's much harder here than, like I said, I lived in Nevada. It was so easy there. You could just walk in and get whatever you want there.
Nevada has like gun parlors where you can get into a tank and like shoot the tank.
Yep.
Yes.
You can go have a bachelor party and go shoot.
Yes.
They have a picture of Scarface. Like you can go shoot that machine gun for like $100 at a bachelor party.
Well,
which is a great idea because, most people are still drunk from the night before. But they are supposed to.
Like the night when we were at that one place?
They're supposed to test you. Yes.
What was this?
Well,
when we were on the rooftop?
My cousin was military, and he will always say whenever this comes up at family functions, guns are fun.
I agree, but I used to be very afraid of them until I had a very serious stalker. And then my boss got me some lessons, taught me how to protect myself, and got me a security system, and I felt much better ever since. But I'll say knowledge is power, and I feel much safer knowing how to operate and knowing all the things that I feel make me feel safer.
That's the
And would you
movie
be
we need to
opposed
write.
to getting an insurance policy on your gun?
I would have no problem because I consider myself a responsible owner. I follow all the laws. I practice. I do all the things I'm supposed to. So no, I wouldn't have a
Katrina,
problem with that.
being in your position though too, like you need protection because like there's crazy
I've
people
had
out there.
problems
Yeah, and if you're someone they feel they can approach and
I had a
feel
guy
they have something to,
I had a guy when I had my car serviced. My service advisor took a copy of my key and would break into my house routinely. And I would be in Europe for 2 weeks at a time. He'd be in my house. He would leave me clues he was there. And we eventually caught him. But it was really, really terrifying. And
I bet.
having that made me feel much safer. Now, I had to take classes and I had to do all these things and all this background check and all the whatever to get it. But let me tell you, living alone and knowing some man had been in my house having free reign for weeks at a time before we caught him is terrifying.
So he was like an obsessed fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
yuck.
Yeah. Like, girl, he just loved your, Roseanne impression.
He loved something, and he would leave me
But
clues
how
that he was
strange is
there.
that, though?
And it took
Like,
weeks to find. It took months. We don't actually know how long he was doing it for. But he would leave me clues that he was there.
Scary.
He wanted to be found. That's the thing. He wanted me to know he was there.
Yeah.
That's so gross. And like,
it's so scary.
Mm-hmm. So you know what? If anyone else has to go through that, I think they have the right to.
But like I said, I'm not opposed to people owning guns. But I do think that we need some, and I really only think we should have one addition that you have to insure your gun.
I have no problem with that.
All this gun talk, the thing that it reminds me of?
Penises?
What?
Dexter's coming back.
I didn't know that. I love Dexter.
I know. And I love like Showtime.
I love
Sweet
Dexter
was like,
too
"Hey,
because he's a
motherfuckers."
narcissist. He's my type.
We need to get down and analyze your attraction to narcissists, Luke.
Here's the
No,
thing.
I've stopped. I've given up.
No, he hasn't. No, he
No,
hasn't.
I
other
don't
bad
think
habits.
that's something you can just stop. I think it's somewhere wired in there that you don't even realize is happening. Like me with rich old ones.
No, I up-leveled. I realized that there was something really not right with me.
Well,
Would
good
you
for
say-
you.
I
That's
I
hard
was in
to
the
do.
water for them. I was attracting them.
How would you describe the last one, Luke? Was he a narcissist?
Absolutely. He was a full-blown malignant narcissist.
The young one?
Oh, no. No, that's probably why I'm not interested.
Hey, young, and
Where's
if you're
Jackie
listening,
when you
sorry.
need her?
Who's watching the stream right now? Shit.
Well, now he knows. The truth
Oopsie.
shall set you free.
Right. The first step of solving any problem.
Can I just tell you
Yeah.
something amazing? A secret. It's not my secret, but it's juicy.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to put you on full screen.
Okay. So my best friend, aka wifey, is Asian, and she was recently on this date with this guy, and he totally catfished her because he said he was 40 something. She shows up and he's like 60, and like I'd be down. I would be down.
Yeah, like
she
you
is
did.
not down. She needs a hot guy, like someone beautiful and probably a loser because she's really successful. So she likes losers that are just young and hot. Anyway, so she shows up and this dude is like 60
Would you
something,
date a
and
gay
she's
loser?
maybe, probably. If you dress well
I'm
and
willing
take her
to
to
give it
really
a
good
go.
restaurants.
If she dresses me and pays for the meals, that's
If
good.
you take her to hole in the walls that are really cool and fun trips, yeah, she'd be down. So
Let's
she's
do it.
there and she's hoodwinked and she's pissed and the date doesn't go well. And then afterwards, he's hitting her up and he's like, "Oh, hey, baby, I got the fever. The yellow fever." Because she's Asian, he got the fever. And he's talking about
gone
yellow
out.
fever, objectifying
Oh.
her. And she's like, "Bleh." And she's like, "Oh, it's probably just the flu."
She got the corona.
And I go, you know, in
Hey.
this time of corona, you got to tell him you can't be hanging out with someone old, high risk,
This corona
with
gonna
a
get you.
fever.
Go
No.
get your old racist ass swabbed, mate.
And then he's like, hey, I really got the fever. And she goes, it's probably the swine flu. Hey, you should get that checked out, but I'm not interested. I was like, cut him loose.
I'm gonna need a full COVID test before
Tell
we have
him
a
you
second.
are just you gotta get rid of that. And she's like, listen, I don't want to waste your time. It's not gonna happen. Take your fever somewhere else. Go get checked.
He
You can
had
probably get a
note.
prescription.
beaver fever.
Yeah. Poor
So
girl.
Jeffrey, do you want to take us through our socials quickly, or are we just gonna
Oh,
call it?
do you have hot topic ideas? Have you recently been divorced and hate your spouse? Call us. We want to have you on the show. If you or someone you know been affected by COVID, we want to hear from you. Message us today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you can watch our past shows and clips and special exclusives over up on the YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/uncensored radio. Unless somebody want to do the other shit.
There's Jeffrey's Instagram and Twitter. There's Kitty's Instagram and Twitter. I have an Instagram. I still don't know how to use it properly. Sorry. There's like really weird
But
shit
he'll
on there.
figure it out. If you send him dick pics, he'll respond.
Yes,
But you have to be
absolutely.
a
And if you're a narcissist, message me on your. Contact me through the show. We'd love to have you on. Actually, we could have like a panel of narcissists one day. It'd be wonderful.
It'll
We
be
do,
like
blind
door
date.
number 1, door number 2,
Yeah.
door number 3, door
And
number 4.
They're all Luke's
Like, would you
exes.
gaslight me and make me feel like everything's my fault?
Perfect.
Oh, sure.
And
Oh, shit.
if you're interested in making a nation, the best nation's donation, donate to the upcoming GoFundMe page for Vera's horsey Christmas present. It'll be up next week.
Because what we're fundraising for is Vera's headset, ring light, and horsey. Because all
Hobby
three
horse.
together
I
will
don't
be
wanna touch
amazing.
it.
Because the best nation is donation.
You can Venmo me at Jeffrey Emmett.
All right, kids. Well, I'm going to run the credits, and I had a lot of fun tonight. I hope
I
Steph
did
can
too.
come back when her connection's working, so we can actually get into it more. Because I was really enjoying that.
It was a
Thank you.
conspiracy from New York State to her. They cut off the funding to her electronics.
I feel it was the cartel, but yes, I understand why you don't want to
I
speak
think
out
it's
against
Russia.
them.
I can't.
Well, you
Not
can.
Not again. Not again. I've been there too much.
She ain't
She
fucking with
said-
them, man.
She was like, "Oh, is God trying to tell me not to be on this show, girl?" You run up for state assembly, and you come back, and we're talking about who's got the biggest dick in the world. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
someday I'll tell you my
And I
theory
booked
about
I
a
know.
ticket. And
A
I
lot
booked
of
a ticket
those
to the
conservative
Congo.
Republicans ain't going to take nice to this show.
But also stay tuned because at the end of COVID, Uncensored Radio is going on tour. We're going to be in Venezuela.
yes.
Ooh.
Yes. And Kitty's going to be asking for a lot of money, so we're going to start a Patreon.
Let's go fund that instead of the hobby horse.
Listen,
No, we're
there's
getting you the hobby horse.
priorities. You
Let's
need
get
the
out of
horse.
this. Vera.
Go fund the Venezuela trip.
Vera, you
Katrina,
getting the horse, girl.
I see the show now. Kat and Jeff does America.
America. We've already done America. We need fresh meat, Jeffrey.
I think we all get to go.
Yes.
Where we can find my porn star ex-boyfriend.
No, South America.
Cat-
Didn't you see the chart?
No,
Didn't you see
listen.
the chart, Luke?
After the whole conversation
She's right.
about you and
But my
wanting a gun,
exo was like, Kat, I'm going to send you his commercial porn links.
All right, we
You'll
gotta
enjoy
go. Bye.